Hello everybody. Apples not only taste good, but they're good for you. Apples are fat-free, salt-free and cholesterol-free. And they're a good source of vitamins to help us grow. Today, I have this apple. That's right, Billy. This apple was picked from the apple tree in my garden. I'm not entirely sure what sort of apple it is, but I do know it's an eating apple. Do you know how many different kinds of apples there are? That's right, Billy. There are over 7,500 different types of apples in the world. And the top 5 apple producing countries in the world are China, the United States, Italy and France. There are a lot of different ways to enjoy apples. Some of you might like apple juice. Billy says he likes apple sauce on his meat. Some people like apple pies. And some people just like to eat their favourite apples. I'm sure that all of you know where we get apples. That's right, Billy. Apples grow on trees. What would you do if you planted an apple tree in your garden, watered it, took care of it, but it never grew any apples? Wouldn't really be much good as an apple tree, would it? Right, Billy said he'd be really upset because he would have planted the tree, think he'd have some apples, and there wouldn't be any. In the Bible, Jesus told a story about a man who had a fig tree in his vineyard, but it didn't produce any figs. That's right, Billy. He waited for 3 years for the tree to produce the figs, but still no figs. So he went to the man who took care of the tree and told him to cut it down. The caretaker asked the owner to give him 1 more year to dig around the tree and fertilise it, to see if that would produce some figs. The owner agreed to give the tree another chance. When Jesus was telling this story about the fruit tree, Jesus was really talking about us and about God. That's right, Billy. God has planted us on this earth and he expects us to produce good fruit in our life. So what kinds of fruit does God expect? Things like love, joy, peace, patience, kindness and gentleness. And when God doesn't see these things in our life, he is very disappointed. That's right, Billy. But God will always be willing to give us another chance. Jesus wants to care for us and help us to be the kind of fruit-bearing children that God wants us to be. If we trust in him and read his word and pray, he will help us to produce lots of food, lots of fruit. And that fruit will be good fruit. So let's do what God expects of us and produce good fruit. So it's bye-bye from me and it's bye-bye from Billy.